Hey y'all, I'm Rylan. Welcome to my channel. I am trying a new thing. Not an original thing, because I know for a fact that my friend Stasia did a video like this a couple years ago, but I'm doing a new thing today where I try out a new author in the form of a reading vlog, try a couple of their books, and then figure out if I want to read more from the author. I have seen it called like author taste testing, and I have two books right here in front of me that I am very excited about that are by the same author. They sound so good and I want to read them like sooner rather than later. So I thought that this book would be a great way to motivate myself to like read them right now, instead of like saying that I want to read them like so bad and then like never getting to them because I've got hundreds of books on my bookshelves over here that I need to read. So I am here today starting a reading vlog for a new to me author. I own 3 books by her, but I'm only going to read 2 of them for this vlog, and we're gonna figure out if I need to binge everything from her. So the author that I will be trying out today for this vlog is Celeste. I've got Underneath the Sycamore Tree and Dare You to Hate Me. These are both romances. I've heard Underneath the Sycamore Tree is supposed to be sad. We'll see if I cry. I would like to cry. It doesn't take that much for me to cry in books. So I went to read this one from Celeste. I've heard mixed things about it. Like my best friend didn't love it, but I've heard other people obsess over it. So I'm nervous, but like in a good way to get to this one. I've wanted to read it for a minute now, and now is the time to do so. And then Dare You to Hate Me is a sports romance. Naturally, there is a football player on the cover. It is Second Chance, I believe. This one is Stepbrother. So we've got some fun tropes going on here. I do have high hopes overall. I feel like, just from what I've heard, Celeste writes the types of romance that like get me really good in the heart, like heartbreaking. I feel like she writes books that I'm really going to connect with and like cry over. I can just see myself doing that, especially with Underneath the Sycamore Tree, but we'll see what ends up happening. I am going to start with Underneath the Sycamore Tree. This is the book that I've had for longer. I just got Dare You to Hate Me like last weekend as I'm filming this intro. So I'm gonna start with Underneath the Sycamore Tree. I think this book has the potential to make me cry. This book is about Emery, who lost her twin sister to an autoimmune disease that took her life. Emery has just been diagnosed with the same disease and likely does not have much longer to live. So she moves in with her dad, who she hasn't seen in a while, or like years at this point. I don't know why she moves in with him, but she does. And it turns out that she has a stepbrother. So that's the vibes of this one. The back of the book says time is a luxury we don't all have, and that makes me nervous, but like in a way that makes me want to like start reading right now. I hope I can cry during this one. That's like my goal. I want to cry, but we'll see if I end up doing so or not. But like I said earlier, it really does not take me very much to cry. I was tearing up during like a kids Disney movie a couple of days ago, so like not that hard for me to cry. So yeah, I will be taste testing Celeste for this vlog. I have heard really good things overall. She has some books out that sound so good, that look and sound so heartbreaking, and if I love these two, then I am definitely going to get to those ones sooner rather than later. A part of me is like, let's get all of them in paperback, but the realistic part of me, who is sticking with her book budgeting plan this year, is like, no, you can read them on Kindle Unlimited. So fingers crossed. I love these 2 books. I am pretty sure that I will. Even though Stasia didn't love this one, it just like, I bet I will cry. We'll see. I am not holding myself to it, but I could see it happening. So hopefully I end up loving this one. I'm gonna go ahead and start it today. I've got tabs ready. I just need to label each color, so I'm ready to go. I think this palette will look pretty good with, oh yeah, with this book cover. So I am going to tab it. I will likely annotate it as well. I'm kind of feeling that right now, the whole annotating thing. So might go ahead and do that. We'll see. I need to find a good pen to do so. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and update y'all when I am 50% of the way through this book. Because I'm reading multiple books, I'll just go ahead and do halfway updates and then final updates. Hopefully I fly through this one. It's only 356 pages and the font is pretty big. Like the text is pretty big, I feel like, so it shouldn't be too hard to get through. I've got no plans for the rest of the day. Maybe I can finish the book in a sitting. We'll see how like addicted I am to the plot from the very beginning. But yeah, I'll go ahead and update y'all whenever I get to 50%.
Flux of emotions, my head's spinning now. I've been thinking too much. I got time on my hands. Need to escape reality for the sake of myself. I'm kinda stuck down on my luck. Don't know what it is, but I'm in a funk. Staring at the wall, can't shake what I'm feeling at all. I don't wanna have to find ways to distract myself. Won't drink it away or smoke like a wreck. I'm not gonna find myself in somebody else's bed. I'm trying to figure out how to find happiness. I'm stuck in my head. Oh, how will this end? Everybody has their vices. I don't know what mine is. I need a break from the world around me. I'll shut everyone out. I just need a second to breathe. I'm kinda stuck down on my luck.
It has been like a couple of hours since I filmed this vlog intro, but I just reached the 50% mark in Underneath the Sycamore Tree, and I am obsessed. I have already let tears fall once. I have teared up multiple times, and I am truly just flying through this book. I mean, like, look at all those tabs that I have. Like, this book has no right to be so sad and so quotable and have funny moments and happy moments and sad moments and all the moments that make me want to write in the book and tab everything. And it hurts. Like, my heart hurts, my heart is crying, I'm crying, and I have a feeling that it's only going to get worse as the book continues. So I'm scared, but also I love M, I love Caden. Caden is the stepbrother. He very much like has his demons, but he is slowly like opening up to M, and he's very protective of her. Like, already I can see that, and it's just beautiful. I plan to finish this book tonight. I've only got 190 or so pages left, I believe, if I'm doing my math right. So should be pretty easy to get done, considering that I've read the first 174 pages within a couple of hours, probably like 3 or 4 hours, I would say, since I started my intro for this vlog. But truly so good. I kind of talked about the synopsis a little bit at the beginning of this video. I'm not gonna say anything else regarding the plot and like just the synopsis, because I feel like for a book like this, kind of similar to A Thousand Void Kisses by Tilly Cole, it is better to go in without knowing too much. I was a little bit hesitant just based off a couple of friends who have read this book and didn't love it, but as of right now, shaping up to be a 5-star read, which I don't give super frequently. Like, I'm pretty harsh at my rating system. I don't give 5 stars to every book that I read. So the fact that I'm already feeling a 5-star potential within the first 200 pages is definitely saying something for me. So I do plan to finish this one tonight. I'm babysitting for 9 hours tomorrow, so I'm kind of thinking that once the baby goes to bed, I will be able to read the second book for this vlog and just knock it out of the park in one weekend, which would be very impressive, because honestly, after reading this one, just where I am right now, I think I'm going to want to jump into my next book by Celeste so fast. So that's my current plan. I am already expecting more tears to come in a little bit. I'm scared. I'm excited though. I have been on a search. I've been on a quest for books that will make me cry very recently. Like I've wanted to read something that will truly make me cry. And I think that this one might be it for me. I hope so, fingers crossed that that is actually the case, because like, you ever just like need a good cry, but like you can't do it just like sitting there? Like I need books to like make me feel those emotions, and I really feel like this one could be it for me. I'm scared that it's not gonna have a happy ever after. I'm gonna try not to like cry right now, and if it doesn't, like, I will be a wreck. I will probably go ahead and video myself reading the ending like I did with my vlog for 1,000 Boy Kisses last year that I'll tag above. I read that for Bookmas and like was sobbing on camera because I filmed myself reading the ending of it. I have no idea what to expect from the ending. I don't know if B. Celeste wants us to have a happy ending, or if she wants us to have what could be a very realistic ending, because this does deal with very heavy like chronic illness and like the fear of that, and like what that leads to for so many people who go through that. So I don't know what to expect from the ending, and I'm afraid for Caden and like him opening up to her, but like also it's so beautiful and I want more and I need more and I cannot wait to get more. So before I just go ahead and start crying on y'all, I'm gonna sign off for right now, but I'll update y'all again when I finish this book. Might be tomorrow morning depending on how many tears I have, because I don't know if I'll be able to compose myself enough to do a final update tonight, but we'll see what ends up happening. Phew, oh my gosh, y'all. I just thinking about what the rest of this book could be has me like wanting to set it down and walk away for a little bit. That's probably what I'll do. I need to make dinner, but phew, oh my gosh. I'm nervous, but I'm so excited as well. So I'll go ahead and talk to y'all again when I finish the book. Wish me luck. Potential 5 stars, but we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. I'm so scared, but I'll talk to y'all later. Okay, y'all. So I'm live on Sprints right now, and I am like 30 pages away from being done with Underneath the Sycamore Tree, and I was sobbing on Sprints a little bit ago. So I'm gonna go ahead and film myself finishing up the book. I've been forewarned that it'll probably get worse in terms of the tears, and I'll probably keep crying. So be prepared for the tears to come as I read the last couple of chapters. I'm terrified, but like also so excited to get this one done. 5 stars for sure, unless like something, I don't know, like that I hate happens in the last couple pages. I will be giving this one 5 stars for sure. I've heard the author's note is really sad, so I'm gonna go ahead and read that as well. And yeah, wish me luck. But I'm gonna go ahead and set y'all up on my bookshelf and put a time lapse on once I like editing this, and y'all can watch me cry as I finish up this book. So yay!
Don't know what it is, but I'm in a funk, staring at the wall. Can't shake what I'm feeling at all. I've been desensitized. You can see it in my eyes. It really has been so hard, but I know I came this far. But I don't wanna have to find ways to distract myself. Won't drink it away or smoke like a wind. I'm not gonna find myself in somebody else's bed. I'm trying to figure out how to find happiness. I'm not happy, but I'm not sad. Flux of emotions, my head's spinning now. I've been thinking too much. I got time on my hands. Need to escape reality for the sake of myself. I'm kinda stuck down on my luck. Don't know what it is, but I'm in a funk, staring at the wall. Can't shake what I'm feeling
Okay, so y'all are kind of far away from me, but that's just how I was able to set up my camera. Just kidding. We're gonna go ahead and move y'all down here, maybe. Yeah, yes, ish, Not my favorite, but not my least favorite. I'm definitely kind of crooked, but it's fine. This is just a silly little tripod that I got here that we're trying to work with. Oh gosh. Okay, we're just gonna deal with it. Okay, so just finished Underneath the Sycamore Tree. The ending, terrible. Like, I knew what to expect, but the way that at least it was like wrapped up was like so anticlimactic. Like, I went from like sobbing to being like, I don't know, like I'm done with this book, you know? I didn't like the point of view shift that happened. So the whole book is written from Emery's point of view, except for the epilogue, which follows Caden. I felt like Caden had zero emotion to what happened. And I felt like that was unrealistic, like just based off how attached he is to her throughout this entire book. They never ever become more than friends. Like, she's like, I'm your best friend, and he's like, you're my best friend. And then that's it. Like, there's no other emotion, there's no other feelings that are explored, and I don't understand why not. And I know that like this is so realistic in the fact that when it comes to terminal illness, autoimmune diseases that are incurable, like you don't know what the next day is going to look like. You don't know when the fight might eventually be over and like relief might come in like a permanent sense. And so I get that part. But Caden, no. The POV, the epilogue from his POV, terrible. I'm not a fan. Giving this book 4 stars. The 5 stars, I didn't think it was possible, but this is no longer a 5-star read. I'm giving it 4 stars. The author's note was very good, very personal, very vulnerable, and I really appreciated that she wrote about it. Like, in the end, she wrote about her own experience and why she wrote this book the way that she did. Like, I love that. So very, very beautiful to see that at the very end. I didn't get emotional over it like I thought I was going to, but that could just be because I'm pissed off at Caden's epilogue. But you know, it's fine. Regardless of that though, I did cry. I don't know if y'all saw it. I'm gonna try to edit it so like you can see me like I'm heaving because like I'm crying so hard for 2 pages that I'm over it. But did finish this one. Yay. All the tabs look so good. If I can get my camera to focus on them, maybe. There we go. Yes, so they look so good. Overall, like, so enjoyed. It was just like 5 pages that kind of wrecked a star, like, or knocked a star off my rating, but you know, it is what it is. It's fine. But I am home for the weekend. I knew I was gonna finish this book tonight, so I did. Oh gosh, oh well. So I did also bring Dare You to Hate Me. This is the second book that I'll be reading for this author taste test. After reading Underneath the Sycamore Tree, I do have high hopes for this one as well. She does mention at the end of this one that her other books have more traditional endings, so I'm expecting that with this book. We will see what ends up happening, but all I know about this one is that it's kind of second chance. It's about Ivy and her best friend, whose name I do not know. Second chance. When Ivy asked her best friend to run away with her at 16, she knew he would say no. She had nothing, but he had football, a picture-perfect family, and a loving home to go back to every day. So the night Ivy snuck out of his bedroom window after hugging him goodbye, she accepted she'd probably never see him again, until they both wound up at Linden University 4 years later. So it does sound pretty good. Second chance, best friends to lovers, it sounds like, or ex-best friends to lovers. So I've got high hopes for this one. She does include a trigger warning at the beginning of this book, so that's very nice. This book deals with self-harm and thoughts of suicide, though neither are graphically shown in this story. I'll have a full list down below for this one as I start reading it and get into it. I'll also have a list for Underneath the Sycamore Tree, although I feel like this one also has a trigger warning at the very beginning, but let me confirm that. Just kidding, it does not. So I'll have a trigger warning list down below. Please keep in mind that will mean spoilers for the most part, as this book is very heavy, and the topics that are so heavy that make this book so sad are very much trigger warnings. So just keep that in mind before you take a peek at them. But I do think it's very important to know what this book is about before going into it, just because of the nature of it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start this one this weekend while I'm home. I'll update y'all when I'm about 50% of the way through it. This one is 330 pages. So I'll update y'all at about 150, 160 with a real synopsis and my halfway thoughts and feelings on the book so far. I do also have tabs for this one. We're gonna go ahead and annotate it up as well because I had so much fun doing it with Underneath the Sycamore Tree. Again, 4 stars, so I have high hopes for Dare You to Hate Me. And I'll go ahead and update y'all hopefully this weekend at some point, but whenever I do end up getting back on here, I'll be ready to share all my thoughts with the first tab of the book whose title I can never remember, Dare You to Hate Me. Okay, so I just talked to Stasia about the ending of this book on live. I'm gonna put this part in spoiler. It's not like super spoily, but I just want to be cautious of it in case you haven't read this book but want to. The thing about Caden's character is that he's very like independent. He didn't talk about his past with anybody but Emery. His father passed away when he was a child and he very much kept that pain bottled up inside of him. So the epilogue is written as though like that happened again. Like Emery passed away in the end and he is so like in pain and shock over it that he bottles up inside and like pretends that like everything is fine, and he pushes other people away because of it. Thankfully, by the end, his relationship with his mom is healed as far as we can tell, just because like at the beginning of the book it was very much like broken because of his emotions being so like bottled up inside of him. But he's basically like living in a stupor because of how much pain he's in, drowning himself in alcohol, because I guess it's easier than like having those feelings of grief like visibly, and so that is why the ending is written the way that it is. Doesn't make me any less mad. I would have hoped to see some growth in the man, but that's okay. Still giving this book 4 stars. I acknowledge that part 100%, especially after talking to Stasia about it. Like, she definitely like reminded me that that's a big part of his character, and that is probably why the epilogue is written in the way that it is, but I'm still annoyed about it. So 4 stars to the book. I just wanted to hop in here and add that really fast because I do want to acknowledge that for those of y'all who have read the book. Like, it makes sense as to why the epilogue is the way that it is. Caden, like, I love him, but I don't love him in the epilogue, you know? I was really seeing some growth, and then we just kind of went back to the very beginning. And like, that makes me so sad. So anyway, I just wanted to hop on here really fast and acknowledge that. But I'll be back whenever I get to 50% in the second book for this taste test vlog. So I was sitting in the bath for like an hour, and I'm definitely all like wrinkled like a prune right now, but it's fine. I did just reach the 50% mark in Dare You to Hate Me as of 2 minutes ago, probably not even then. So I'm here with my updates. I started this book probably 7 hours ago or so, and it took me a little bit to get into just like figuring out a new story, a new plot, new characters, you know how it goes. But now that I'm into it, I'm very into it. I have all the tabbies again for this book as well, if my camera will focus on them. There we go. I am annotating this one as well, so I do have underlines in it, and you know, all the tabs and all like the little comments throughout it. And I am so enjoying this book so far. This is a childhood friends to lovers turned strangers kind of romance. It is about Ivy and Aiden, who grew up pretty much as next door neighbors. Ivy had a really rough home life, and so Aiden and his house and his family kind of became her escape. She ran away when she was 16, and she asked Aiden to go with her. He said no, and then they haven't seen each other in 4+ years. Now they both have ended up at the same university. Aiden is one of the star football players for the team, and she has gone through a lot in her life and does not want to be friends with him at all. However, he worms his way back into her heart, and their friendship blossoms. I'm hoping that we get some more of like the romance soon. There's definitely sparks between them. We just haven't seen either of them act upon that yet, just because like it's not the right time, and I totally get it. But now that I'm 50% of the way through it, I'm on page 174. We should be moving past the slow burn and into something more. I'm just saying. So hopefully Be Celeste delivers on that front, but I'm pretty sure she will. I know that Underneath the Sycamore Tree definitely had me blushing a little bit just from what was going on with Caden. So I do have high hopes for this one as well. But yeah, 50% of the way into it. I'm really enjoying it. I feel like this one has the potential to be rated just as high, if not higher, than Underneath the Sycamore Tree. Now that I've gotten into it, I have flown through it. I love Aiden, I love Ivy, I love their like chemistry with each other. So I'm very much looking forward to see how that develops and grows. Fingers crossed that there's no third act breakup. I've been like really lucky recently with not reading those types of books, so I'm hoping that I get lucky with this one as well and there is no third act breakup, but we'll see. I am hoping to finish this one tomorrow morning at the very latest so I can wrap up this taste test vlog. Pretty sure I can do it. I do plan to keep reading for maybe like an hour or so longer tonight. It is 11 p.m. but I'm not feeling super tired yet, so I think I'll go ahead and keep reading for a little bit longer and see how far I make it tonight. But yeah, I'll update y'all for the final time tomorrow when I finish the book. Cannot wait. It has great potential. We'll see if it lives up to that. I finished Dare You to Hate Me a couple of hours ago, and I ended up giving this book 4.5 stars. I absolutely loved it. I didn't cry for this one as I did for Underneath the Sycamore Tree, but it was still like such an impactful read. I loved Aiden and Ivy. I especially loved Aiden, and I'm so glad that we got chapters from his POV because that just like made the book so much better. But I truly like had a great time with this one and definitely want to continue to read Be Celeste because out of the first 2 books that I've read from her, we had a 4-star read that made me cry a lot, and we had a 4.5-star read that just left me feeling so happy on the inside. It was so sweet, so fun, so hard-hitting, and like deep in their relationship, and I really appreciated that. It wasn't like super spicy, which was totally okay. I feel like in this case I still truly had a good time with it. Once I got into the book, I flew through it. I read almost 50% of it today and probably a little bit less than that, but just honestly like finished the book feeling so happy, so cannot complain about that. 4.5 stars to this one. I do have plans to read all of the Be Celeste books now. Might have to get most of them physically because after annotating and tabbing these 2, like come on, like how good they look. They look so pretty together. I definitely want to read all of her things now and annotate and tab everything. So truly a very successful taste vlog. I was nervous going into it just because I knew that Stasia didn't love this one. However, I figured that I would love it, and I really did for the most part, minus the ending, which I kind of felt we took steps back in, but that's fine. Still gave this book 4 stars. Would recommend. It's very sad. Make sure that you have some tissues with you. I'll have the content warnings for it in the description down below. And then 4.5 stars to Dare You to Hate Me. So much fun. Again, I got all the tabs and would recommend this one. We'll also have content warnings for it down below. But yeah, truly, I do not know why I was so nervous at the beginning of this vlog. I should have had more faith in my taste in reading, in what I've heard about this book as a whole, Underneath the Sycamore Tree, and just like remembered that like a book like this is right up my alley, and so is a sports romance like Dare You to Hate Me. So would recommend both of these books. Both were very hard hitting and impactful, and they went very deep into like the emotional side of things with some very deep content and themes and things like that. But I would recommend these overall. I will have them linked down below. There are Amazon links if you want to purchase physical copies for yourself and annotate them too. They will be affiliate links, so I will get a small commission for those purchases that you use with those links. You can buy anything you want with those links at no extra cost to you, but I will get a commission for them. But they are also both on Kindle Unlimited, I think. I know for a fact that Dare You to Hate Me is on KU. Let me check. Underneath the Sycamore Tree. It might not be, but underneath the Sycamore Tree, here we go. Okay, perfect. Both of these books, yes, are on KU, so if you don't want to buy them physically but still want easy access to them and have Kindle Unlimited, they are both on there for y'all to check out. I want to reread them for the first time, especially underneath the sycamore tree. I want to feel those emotions again already. Yeah. So y'all need to check these books out. This was a very successful author taste test vlog. I'll have to do it again sometime in the future with a new to me author, and also continue to read B. Celeste's books because it is very safe to say that I am a fan now. So yeah, that concludes this reading vlog. If you have read any books by B. Celeste that are not included here and want to recommend them to me, feel free to do so. I do plan to read more by the author now, especially after loving these two so much. But yeah, that's all that I have for y'all tonight. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.